Hello everyone. Today I came with a new topic which is very interesting to write and to learn. This is so interesting and most of the children will get confused how to convert from one farm to another farm and another farm to the same farm. So you may get a little bit confused. What I am going to start today is a very interesting topic which is of Roman numerals. So, do you like Roman numerals? As we know how to write Roman numbers, we will be observing Roman numbers in our surroundings. Like when you are attempting any exam, the section numbers will be most of the times it will be mentioned by using the Roman numbers only, right? Section 1, section 2, Roman number 1, Roman number 2, it will be mentioned like that. Or when sometimes when you go for shopping, you can see the size of your dresses, like it is L, XL, double XL, triple XL, you might be heard. But we don't, some children are, some people don't know what are these symbols mean. What are these symbols actually represent in our Hindu Arabic system. So let me introduce you how many Roman letters are there. First of all, we have 7 Roman symbols. I, V, X, L, C, D, M. So these are the 7 Roman symbols will be used to write any number in our Hindu Arabic system. Hindu Arabic system is not any Greek and Latin word. It is just the numbers what we regularly use. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we will be using. Those numbers are called the Hindu Arabic numbers. So first of all, before using that, we should know that what are the values of these symbols in our Hindu Arabic system. So let me tell you the values of these symbols. Most of the books, it will be given only these 7 symbols. But end of the session, I am going to give you few more symbols which you can use up to even 10 lakhs also. This is 1, this is 5, this is 10, this is 15, and this is 100, and this is 500, and this is 1000. Wow, we got so many values, and now we are going to first to apply this method to write any Hindu Arabic to Roman number. First we should know some rules. What are those rules? Let me tell you. So the rule number 1. Rule number 1 is in these 7 symbols, if you observe very clearly, you cannot find any symbol for 0. As we are having 0 in the Hindu Arabic system, but a Roman system, there is no symbol for 0. That is one thing you have to remember. And the next thing is, in these 7 symbols, only few symbols will be repeated and few symbols will never be repeated. What are those symbols which will be repeated? We'll just let us find out. So, I can be repeated, X can be repeated, C can be repeated, M can be repeated. When you observe keenly, you can understand one thing. We are taking one symbol and we are skipping the other symbol. Again we are taking one more symbol. Again we skipped one symbol. So like that. So rule number 1 is I, X, C, M. These symbols can be repeated. Right. And whatever the symbols we left to see. V, L, D will not be repeated. This is our first rule. So, first rule is done. We done with the first rule. So, whenever you are writing any number, suppose if any case there is a necessity to repeat a number, only these symbols can be repeated. What are those 4 symbols? Let us just try out. I, X, C, M. These are the 4 symbols which can be always be repeated. And only 3 symbols are like odd one out. These will never be repeated like V, L, D. But next rule number 2 will tell you that, okay, rule number 1 they said these can be repeated. But rule number 2, what it will tell you? These can be repeated only of 3 times. Maximum, you can repeat only 3 times, not more than 3 times. Right, this is your next rule. Now let us come back to the rule number 3. Let me erase rule number 1. Now rule number 3. What is rule number 3? So in rule number 3, we always must remember in these all symbols, some are having big values and some are having small values. Like as you can observe here, I and V is greater number and I is the smaller number. If I place I to the left side of the bigger value, that means here you are subtracting 5 minus 1 and its value is 4. Or for example, if you write a greater value, to the right side of the greater value, if I place a smaller value, then you are saying that 5 plus 1, which is 6. So, you need to remember that before a greater value, if you write a small value, you are subtracting. After a greater value, if you write the smaller value, you are adding. So, like that, here you can see like Ix. X means we know 10 minus 1, which is of 9. And xi, 10 plus 1, which is of 11. Most of the cases, when we are using the Roman symbols for these 4, 6, 9, 11, many children will get confused. So I hope now it is clear for you. Now let us move to the next. So these are the rules you need to remember. Now we'll just try out some of the numbers, how to write into Roman symbols, like Roman numerals. Just for example, before writing that, first let me tell you, suppose if you know 10 Roman numbers, Roman symbols, then you can write n number of numbers in Roman system. I means 1, double I, 2, triple I, 3. As I have shown you now, IV is 4 and V is directly 5 is given and VI is 6. VI 7. VI 8. And IX already I showed you 9 and X is directly 10. Okay, after writing this one, you may get it out. How directly I keep on writing IV, this all. You may get it out. See here, I means 1, which is already given in the system. I, that means 1 plus 1, which is of 2. I. 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. And this one already I have clarified you. This is 5. And before 5, if you write 1, that is subtraction 5 minus 1 is 4. And 5 already you have the symbol directly, that is P is 5. And VI means for 5 plus 1, which is of 6. 5 plus 1 plus 1, which is 7. And 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 8. And 10 minus 1. Why this is minus 1? Because this is the greater symbol. Before that, if there is a small symbol, you need to subtract 10 minus 1, which is of 9. And X is 10. So, if you know 10, remaining we can create. How can we create? Let us see. We got to know that X means 10. Suppose if in the question 20 is there, how are you going to write 20? So 20 can be written as 10 plus 10, which is X. Isn't it so simple? Suppose if it is in 30s, 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, which is of X. Right? So interesting. Suppose if it is 40, should I write 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10? Can we write this 4 times? As we move back to the rule number 2, it is clearly mentioned that one symbol can be repeated only 3 times. But this is of 4 times. So this is absolutely wrong. So you have to use another trick. What is that? You can write 50 minus 10, which is 50 is denoted by L, and as it is minus, will you write right side or left side? So obviously your answer will be left side. So 40 will be denoted by XL. As if it is 50, we have already got the symbol L, right? Suppose if it is 60, then how will you write? You can write like 50 plus 10, which is L, X. Right side means we are adding, right? Let us move back with some more examples. Yeah, now let us see with 70. How to write 70? So you can see that 50 plus 10 plus 10. What is the symbol for 50? L. Symbol for 10, X. And one more 10, double X. Then 80. How are you going to write 80? 50 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. So which is of L, X, X, X. Right. Wow, very good. Now 90. How are you going to write? 50 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. But here 10 has repeated 4 times. Should we break the rule? No. That's why we have to go with another one. That is 90 is very close to 100. So take 100 minus 10, which is, what is the symbol for 100? C. As this is minus, write 10 left side of C. So what is 90? XC. And for 100, you are having the direct symbol. Sorry. 100, you have the direct symbol C. So I hope now it is clear for all of you how to write the numbers from 1 to 100. Right. Now let us move. Suppose if it is 200. If you are given question is in 200s, how will you write 200? Right? How will you write 200? 100 plus 100. 2 times if you write 100, that is 200. Suppose if it is 300, how will you write? 100 write 3 times. Right? Then your answer will be C, C, C. Right? You are seeing this one. Now, suppose if it is this 400, can we write 100 4 times? No. Always remember that the rule is only 3 times. Now, as this is nearest to 500, you can write 500 minus 100, which is 500 symbol is D and 100 symbol is C. As this is minus, write left side. Suppose if it is 600, how will you write? 500 plus 100, which is D, C, and 700, which is 500 plus 100 plus one more 100, which is D, C, C. Right? Let us see what is 800. Right? I hope this is going so interestingly and well. Right? Now see how to write 800. 500 plus 100 plus 100 and plus 100, which is D, C, C, C. Right? Now 900. Here comes the magic. It is nearest to 1000. So 1000 minus 100, which is C and M. We know the symbol for 1000 is M. As this is minus 100, we have placed C to the left side. Now 1000 you have directly. Suppose if it is 2000, how will you write 2000? 1000 plus 1000, which is of M and M. Suppose if it is in 3000, write 1000 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So M, M, M. So by using these symbols, you can write up to the numbers with 3000s. But what about the numbers with 4000, 5000s? Can't we write the numbers more than 3000 in the Roman system? So this answer will be revealed in the next session. So until that, please wait and practice these all. We'll meet in the next session. Bye bye.